I love your image. That's what he says at the end. I love your image.
Man. All right, who is that?
That was Rats Will Feast from Finland.
Oh, that's a cool band.
Very first band from Finland I had on. I've had 3 or 4. I can't remember. It's been so long.
That's dope.
A long time ago, but yeah, that's my favorite song too. It's called Jesus Mirror.
I like the way they took the sounds, like the record, and then made that rhythmic, and then built it up.
Crazy. They were fun. They were a lot of fun to have on. I look forward to having them on again soon. I've been talking to them back and forth, over the months. And anyway,
you just never finish.
That's a good one. You'll be here all for an hour.
Yep.
At least. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Welcome to Acute Mania Live. I'm very, very excited with this episode. And if you've been paying attention to my Instagram stories and things, you know why. Because The Undertaking is on tonight.
Yeah.
But I do want to go ahead and thank Earth and Elsewhere for being on Saturday. We did a show on Saturday. Guys from Pennsylvania, and they only have one single out right now. It's called Bastard Son. It's really good. And they have a EP forthcoming, I think, end of September-ish. And some big news that I know what the news is. They told me after we were done with the live stream, but they haven't announced it yet. So I can't even tell you. I'm swore to them I wouldn't say anything.
You're a good man. You told me nothing.
I might tell you. I don't know. But I can't mention it on the show.
Don't do it.
So I tried to pry it out of them. I really did, but they weren't. They were very. What's the word? What are you doing?
Mum's the word.
You can say
nobody
will know it.
Yeah. So it's no. That's weird. That's like it smells. That's. Anyway. Austin, how you doing, man? You're in San Diego. Did people do the Anchorman joke? The whale's vagina.
Yeah, people in San Diego don't make that joke ever, really, and so it's always
did
funny.
right at the beginning, didn't they? And then
Yeah, it was a big deal. I mean, that came out in like 2004, and that was just to have a movie set in San Diego was like a big deal for us. And all like the landmarks that they visited, San Diego Zoo and stuff, like we loved it. But yeah, if people aren't from the area, they often say that. But yeah, we don't really.
You definitely know who the tourists are, right? Because they're like, oh yeah, hey look, whale's vagina, ha 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 ha. You remember? You saw Anchorman, right?
Oh my gosh!
The Legend of Ron Burgundy.
Yep. Just happen to have a flute right here.
Yeah, right there.
No, it's one of the best, man. That's one of the best comedies.
Yes, it is. Yeah, and then the second one was pretty good. Of course, I don't think any movie is as good as the first one ever. Well, sometimes, but
it's lost that initial fresh. It's not as fresh as the first one.
It's freshness
Because it's a
the freshness seal has been
repeat.
lifted.
My gripe with the sequel is they just tried to recreate a ton of the jokes, so there was like a lot of rehash. I wish they would have like expanded the.
And it seemed a lot more obnoxious too. Like when it didn't need to be. I don't know. So what's is it always sunny in California?
Well, the joke right now is we've been riffing online right now that we surf every day. So we're like the least San Diego band ever because none of us surf. We barely go to the beach. We're like 10, 15 minutes away from the ocean and stuff. And we just like never hang out there. but yeah, man, we surf all the time. It's always 68 degrees here. Sometimes it's 69 degrees. It's real nice. So
I've been to San Diego once. Have you ever been out that way?
Chicago's as far west as I've
Ever
been. Yep.
Oh yeah, you guys should come out here sometime.
I was out there one time. I have a cousin that lives. I don't know where she lives now, but it's somewhere up near like Santa Ana, that area, because we flew into John Wayne. But well, not into him, but the airport's called John Wayne.
That's what.
There's my joke for that. So, so she lives up that way. So we did a lot of LA stuff. Like we went past we did the house map or the mansion map or the celebrity mansions map, and you can't really see anything. All you see is a gate. You can't see anything.
Say that 5 times real fast.
I'm not going to do that. But we definitely went past because it was right after, kind of like a couple years after the OJ thing. So we went past the crime scene or the crime scene. You know what I mean? We tried to stop, and people were like honking their horn, like. Because you're not. There's signs everywhere that says keep moving.
Yep.
We're tourists and we want to see it. I do have a picture somewhere. It's probably over my parents' house, because it was a disposable camera. That's how long ago it was. Of just that. I don't even know if it's the right house, but it was exciting.
Could be the right house.
But we went to Universal Hollywood, which was kind of like Universal Orlando, only in Hollywood. And it was a little bit neater though. I mean, you're actually in Hollywood, so it feels different. I don't know. It was kind of cool. I got sick on one of the rides. I don't remember which one it was though.
One of the kiddie rides or like a real ride?
No, it was one of those motion, where you're in something and you're not really going anywhere, but it looks like you are.
Feeling G's.
I can't remember. I'll think about it and let you know later.
G-forces.
But it was fun. We did that, and we did the what else? What did we do? You weren't there.
I wasn't there.
I don't know.
I wasn't even invited.
Well, I don't know if I was even invited, but I think I felt a tremor when I was out there.
Did you see a doctor about it, or
no? I didn't have tremors. I like an earthquake. You guys feel those there? You guys were like right on the fault in San Diego, weren't you?
I think that's one of the more fascinating things when you're in California specifically. People are always afraid of earthquakes. I know some people who move from like the Midwest out here and stuff, and they're like terrified of earthquakes. And I mean, you barely feel them. They happen at like 4 a.m, and you find out when you wake up that there was like something happened. And
we have them here too. Like I've actually felt one here. Like honestly, my dad's a geologist, and we were working together that day. I worked for my dad, and we were out on a location, and I was up on a ladder, and it was just kind of like and he wasn't even holding the ladder, so I know it wasn't him. And he actually said, "Did you feel that?" And I was like, "Yeah." So I mean, he studied that stuff. So
could maybe also be a mountaintop removal.
It could have been, yeah. Could have been a mine blast or something, yeah. But
they do that.
Yeah. So we have. They don't happen as often here, but and they're very, very like slight. Have you ever felt one down in Sutton?
Tons of not in Sutton, my hometown of Summersville, many times.
Really? From mining or from?
Yeah.
From
from mines.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
They don't mine coal out that way, do they? They mine gold, right?
Yeah, they mined it. All the gold's gone.
They've already went and mined it and done.
Half of it went to Mr. T's original.
Yeah. And what's the guy that wears the clock around his neck? I'm talking
Sir
about.
Mix-a-Lot?
No, not that. No, he doesn't. He can't afford that. He had one song. No. Come on, what was his name? He wears the big clock. It's a huge clock around his neck.
What's the dude that wears the big clock around his neck? Yeah. Fresh? Flavor Flav.
Yeah, Flavor Flav. Yeah. It's kind of like the Undertaking, only it's Flavor Flav.
Yeah, exactly. Same exact thing.
That's where they got their name. We gotta have they wear clocks around their neck. But yeah, that's he's got some of that gold too, and Mr. T. So you got that. I think you got that right. Have you ever? Do you know any celebrities? I know that's probably a lot. That's a very good tourist question. Do you know any celebrities? Do you see a lot of celebrities? I mean, I know San Diego's probably not a big celebrity area, but maybe it is.
I'm trying to rack my brain, man. I don't think I know any specific celebrities. We just had Comic-Con here like 3 weeks ago. So we'll go down there and you'll see a bunch of people. I didn't run into him, but I saw a crowd, and so you stop and check who it is. And it was Ozzy Osbourne was there. So that was kind of cool.
Did you know he was there?
Yeah, no, I don't think he did, honestly. He's looking real old. But in years past, I've seen Jason Momoa, Patrick Stewart, all that kind of stuff. So it's pretty sick. When Comic-Con's in town, you always know that there's like a bunch of people here. But no, I don't know any celebrities.
No, I did see. No, not at Universal Hollywood, but in Universal Florida, I saw Sinbad. He was checking out of the hotel that we were checking into with his family, and he is a big dude. Like,
I feel like I've heard this story.
You have. I think I've told this to the Florida guys. Remember we had that Cinema Stereo from Orlando. Yeah, so
trio.
Yeah, but I mean, I didn't talk to him or anything. I just saw him. He was massive. Hey, Sinbad, how you doing? I don't know.
I would have been afraid to.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like, I would come up to his knees, I'd say.
Maybe, but I think you got it. You got it wide-wise. About the same. That's not very nice. No, when I first found you guys and listened to the music, I was like, I'm hitting up this band, and even if they say no, I'm still going to continue to listen because it's badass. It's right before we went live. I was it's old. It's like old Refused, but it's better. It's
wow.
Better. It seems like it's a ton of fun. And now I didn't check it out. Bo said you said you checked out some of their
checked out
live stuff.
Bunch of live stuff I saw. I was like, that's when I kind of started getting you guys.
Yeah.
It's at first it's kind of like scary, and it's like a bunch of the Tasmanian devils everywhere. And then I'm like, "Where's?"
Are you saying our live show is like a bunch of Tasmanian
Oh
devils?
my gosh! Yeah, everybody's just jumping everywhere. It's awesome.
That's perfect. That's perfect.
That's what I play music, but I can't. Once I move, it's either move or play an instrument, but I can't do both at the same time. So that blows my mind with guys like you couldn't do that.
Well, I mean, just the bio pictures that you guys sent me, I was like, well, this is awesome. Like, it just looks awesome. In the picture, it looks like it's like jumps out at me, and I'm there, or I'm, I don't, one of those 3D pictures or whatever. Now that would be creepy. We should make this something like that 3D and like sell it as a poster.
Yeah.
That would be
well, that's part of the game, man. I mean, the thing that sucks is we released that album during basically the middle of the pandemic, so we weren't able to play shows off of funeral psalms. And so much of what we do specifically as a band is our live show. And this whole concept that we're just always in the crowd, off the stage, moving around, jumping around, trying to get people on the stage with us, all that kind of stuff, like any dream that a punk rock band has, but we really try to embody that. And so that's why, I mean, we've tried to tour as much as we can and get out there and play as many shows, because that's so much of what we do. And just to have you guys kind of pick that up just on listening to it and seeing some of our photos, like, pumps me up, because I don't know, that's what we're trying to accomplish. And sometimes we're not really sure if we do that,
Yeah, I mean, like, every time I hear it, even if I'm like getting ready to go to bed or something, and making a post for the show or something, I'll just hear that screaming and like all that energy. I'm like, I just want to get up and like throw something or like run into the wall, like mosh with myself. You know what I mean? Like, I'll put a camera up so I can put it up and post it.
I want to look up so one of those guys in that band doesn't run into me.
Yeah, exactly. We've actually had to kind of we the whole like crowd killing thing. We've accidentally maybe been a little too aggressive sometimes with our live approach, and our bassist would go in the crowd, and he's a big guy and would swing his bass around, and we had to be like, hey man, you got to like scale that back, because we want people to feel like they're safe and not like they're gonna get hit in the head by a guitar.
I had a band on recently. This is exactly the same. Asava from Canton, Ohio. I went and saw them a couple days before I had them on the show, and first of all, the singer came out. He jumped off the stage and and then he went back up, and then like the very next song, the bass player comes down, and he's doing the same. He's just playing like this. It's crazy. And like I was filming, so like I had to go like this, and then he purposely ran into me, because there wasn't a whole lot of people there, but there was enough, everybody was watching. Anyway, I decided to shove him back, and I just continued to film. But then he comes back, and I'm like, I mean, he must have missed me by like a centimeter both times, because I mean, he would have just slugged me right in the nose. I mean, my nose is long enough as it is. Might have shortened it up a little bit.
Can you imagine the sound that would have made?
What?
The instrument and your nose.
Something like that.
Like, thank you. Good night.
Yeah. But they put on a great live show, and they do kind of some stuff like that, I guess.
Well, yeah, man, I appreciate you reaching out. I mean, it means a lot to us to listen to our stuff, and you've been like telling people to listen to us, and we appreciate it.
I've been promoting the shit out of it with the Undertaking. Yeah. I think I went a little bit overboard, but I don't think so. I don't think so.
No, it's perfect.
There's never enough.
That was what the public saw. Like, you were doing that for weeks or months or something before.
Weeks. Yeah. I might have to do that with everybody now. It seems like.
Well, it's better than.
Who do you have on next week? Bobby Billion. I could do that, or see the next one's Trevor Cook. Trevor Cook.
Yeah, man, get people hyped about it. All you got to do is add an exclamation point to it, and it changes the whole, the phrasing of the word.
Exclamation point's perfect for you guys, though. I don't know who thought of that, but it's what you guys do. It's what you are.
Now it could have been all caps. Now, because that means something also, I think, or upset or something. But that would be upset. So you're trying to have fun. Yeah. So like I don't think caps would be a good idea. Of course, Rats Will Feast is all caps. The band I played at the beginning, they're all caps. But
here's the thing: if we're all caps with an exclamation point, we'd be too much in people's face.
That's overdone.
Like it needs to be, tasteful. So that's the whole deal.
You don't overdo it. You just the exclamation point is fine. I would go all lowercase.
Well, if it was people would be suing you because their faces got melted or twisted.
Just by listening.
Yeah, just one listen.
I mean, mine does every time. It's like, oh my
And
God.
Whiplash. They had Whiplash too, and their backs were out.
They were?
From one listen.
How did you get the title for funeral song, or how did you get funeral psalms as a title for the album? What's that about?
Yeah, well, our old thing is gonna be, that's the name, like the Undertaking. If you just took that for what it is,
Wait, you didn't do it right.
The Undertaking. No, but if you just took the Undertaking with no exclamation point, it's kind of dark and dour and really serious, right? And then you add an exclamation point on it, it kind of adds some levity to it and adds some fun to it. So our whole band vibe is trying to juxtapose those two ideas of like, hey, we're going to be fun, we're going to be moving around, but then if you dig into the songs, they're going to be deep with just some emotion stuff, dealing with anxiety, depression, trauma, whatever that looks like. And so that's basically funeral psalms is the idea that like in the book of Psalms in the Bible, that David is like yelling out to God and he's super pissed off. It's oftentimes. And so trying to take this idea of playing around with kind of a biblical theme and not really hammering that too hard, but you're putting these two things together that maybe shouldn't be linked. And it's just this idea that this was an album that we were just kind of pissed off and yelling out into the void that, you know, life kind of sucked in 2020, 2021 when we wrote the album.
For everyone, it sucked ass.
Yeah, exactly.
Of course it kind of came out good for me because that's when I started doing the show. So
yeah, you made something of it. And
people's dads.
What is it?
Nothing.
Okay. I want to play a song of yours.
Well, I wanted to say the exclamation point kind of makes Undertaking kind of like, hey, fun burial thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's the celebration of life.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
No, I like that description there. That's pretty cool.
What's O negative about? Is it about a blood type?
Actually, O negative is my wife's blood type and one of my kids. So there is a play on that. But the song specifically, that is a song. That's a song written just in the pit of depression. And if you've ever experienced depression or you experienced a time when you're kind of feeling low, you sometimes can't. You feel like you're never going to get out of that pit. And so that song is written specifically like, what is going on with my life? I can't find a way out of this depression. I can't find any hope. I can't find any joy in life. And that's a song that kind of just embraces it, that you're looking at the stars, you're looking at things that normally would make sense in life or whatever, and nothing works. And so my whole thing as a character, as the vocalist and writing the lyrics, is I'm going to really try to dig into that theme and then go like 25 steps deeper into that, to the point even to where my wife saw some of the lyrics and she was like, man, this is like really dark stuff. And I was like, okay, I understand that that's heavy, but I'm really just diving into this theme that, you know, when you're in a pit of depression, it seems like nothing will ever be normal or happy ever again. And so that song kind of just riffs on that idea that, you know, there's no hope, there's no joy in life. And, you know, what are we going to do when the pit of depression is our proverbial home? So it's kind of heavy, but I'm pretty happy with how that song came out.
And it could help somebody, you know, somebody that hears it. You know,
didn't they say you are not alone?
What?
You are not alone.
No, exactly.
I'm right here.
But in that feeling.
Oh, I mean, you're right there.
He is not alone.
Right. Oh, I see what you're saying. I'm kind of slow sometimes, all the time.
They didn't loan him out.
Oh.
He is not alone.
Well, let's listen to O negative by
The Undertaking.
That's I'm gonna change everybody's world with that. Here we go. O negative.
I keep staring into the great divide, assuming something will blow me out. There's a hole inside my soul, cries out for something more. I keep sinking deeper and deeper down, it's ripping me apart. Piece by piece into oblivion. Sometimes it is better. Sometimes it is better.
just did you see me punching Bo at the beginning?
Yeah, keep going.
That's the kind of energy that I have when I was like by myself and stuff, like getting ready to go to bed,
Yeah, but
tired as hell.
I'm almost 10 years older than you, man. I'm like
Exactly.
I'm
So
frail.
I'm one up. I'm one up.
These are artist arms. These are musician arms.
Artist arms. These aren't artist arms. These are I don't know what these are podcast arms. You know. What are you doing?
My arm.
The robot.
The robot. My other buddy, he's I haven't had him co-host yet. He's staying here with me. He's in the living room right now. He started a kind of a segment, and I keep telling him he needs to do this. You know, he needs to come in, sit down, and ask the question, and then he can get up and leave. Since he won't co-host, you know, he won't even do that. He's not ready. But it's been months, so I told him I would. Yeah, I told him I would continue this little segment because it's kind of a good idea. Because sometimes I talk about food on the show, you know, especially people in other countries. You know, what do you like to eat, stuff like that. Well, he's a big hot dog person. He loves hot dogs. He will drive miles and hours to get hot dogs just to try it, right? So, since you're in San Diego, what's the, not just personally yet, but what's the general toppings for a hot dog? What's the most popular around that area?
Oh man, I'd probably ketchup and mustard. I mean, I think we might be a boring hot dog city, to be honest, because we'd rather eat tacos.
I would rather eat tacos. How about a hot dog on a taco? Now that, no, maybe not. That'd probably ruin it.
You could get a burrito. You could get a burrito with a hot dog in the middle. You know,
that just kind of ruins it. You would think. It's just like, why?
Pig in a blanket.
Yeah, that would be a pig in a blanket.
Exactly. So my controversial take is I'm not a big hot dog guy myself, but you go to a ballpark or something, you got Dodger dogs and there's some popular spots. But yeah, I mean, it's probably ketchup and mustard. I mean, pretty standard, or chili dog or something.
Is there like a famous? He was trying to think if there was anything that he knew out that way, like restaurant wise, that's or stand wise that's famous for their hot dogs. Are you Googling right now?
Yeah, isn't there one up in LA? There's a famous LA hot dog spot.
Right.
He said he thought it might be in LA.
He said it was in LA. Okay.
He said he thought it might be.
Well, if he was in here, we could ask him, but he's not. He's afraid.
Pink's.
Huh?
It's like Pink's hot dogs or something.
Pinks. We'll wait.
I don't know. The less we can talk about LA, the better for everybody. Okay. So,
you know, is it a bad? Is it a why? What's it? I had a decent time when I was there.
Traffic is terrible. The Dodgers are the worst. I mean, keep going.
How are the Padres?
Not. I don't want to talk about the Padres.
How are the Chargers? I mean, we could.
Oh no. Chargers left us for LA, so that's
right. Yeah, they're gone. No more NFL there. Yeah.
Sad day.
San Diego does not have a team now at all.
What did they do with the football stadium? What are they doing there now?
The football stadium is officially gone. We ripped it down last year. They built a new one called Snapdragon Stadium. It's about to start in September, where the college team is going to play, and I think we have some soccer teams that are going to play there too. But it's supposed to be a pretty tight stadium.
Is it San Diego State that's the big collegiate?
Yeah, San Diego State Aztecs. We have a decent football program. It's been pretty bad in the recent years, but it's starting to get better. And then our basketball team's usually pretty good. And then it was 2020. We were going into the tournament and had one of the better teams. And that's the year the tournament was canceled. So anytime San Diego's like on the verge of having like a good sports team, something happens and everything.
A pandemic happens, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, like, it's like we just traded for Juan Soto. The Padres just traded for Soto. And then we just found out that Tatis is banned for 80 games because of steroid stuff, which.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
So we're
you know, if it makes you feel any better, West Virginia doesn't have the best luck with sports teams. I mean, we have to be fair, since this isn't a sports podcast or something
it could be.
It could be, yes, it could be. But since it's not like it's a music podcast, so there's no debates, so like there's basically two colleges in West Virginia that are big. So we have Marshall down in Huntington, which I don't like at all. But that's my opinion. And we have WVU, which is West Virginia University, that's where I went.
You guys you got a good team in the tournament usually, right?
Yeah, we do. Well, our coach just now got into the Hall of Fame, Bob Huggins, Huggy Bear, and which was a little bit longer overdue. But I mean, he's like the fourth winningest coach in like not even just with active coaches. I mean, of all time.
Yeah.
And it took this long. Anyway, that's a whole other thing.
He's one of
But
the greats.
he is one of the greats. We're lucky to have him, back at his home state, but but our football team, I don't even know if I want to go on with this, but every year they're supposed to be good.
Yep.
Every team is supposed to be good. It doesn't matter if you're in little league or like high school. You're supposed to be good. That's the whole point, right?
Yeah.
You're supposed to be good.
There's nothing better than before the first game of the season, man. Everybody's going to win the champion this year. Every team's going to be like,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're supposed to win. You're supposed to be good enough to compete. That's all. But I mean, the hype is just nuts. And then like last year, the hype was huge. We had big hype and coming back from the pandemic and all that shit. 4-7, barely. You know what I mean? Like we barely got win number 4. And
If I was a coach, I'd go back, like I'd reverse psychology it and be like, okay, so
I can't wait for this explanation.
So,
yes, you forgot.
yes, I did.
Oh, damn it! And he's a school teacher. Can you believe that?
First
Do you
day
do
with
this
kid-
when you're
first day with kids?
You don't really
tomorrow.
lecture though, because you're a music teacher, so
we're-
you just have them play it if you forget.
We play, listen to, or make music all day. That's what I do.
Do you constantly have kids in the classroom?
I've got like 2 1 hour, like a half hour lunch or like 45-minute lunch or something, and then
Do you kind of bleed that out sometimes? Like you just don't feel like going back in, and you stretch out your lunch break a little bit.
no. After 27 years,
Where's
I've
Mr.
never done
McMillian? I don't know. He's on
That.
lunch break.
That never happens.
Bo.
You're getting into uncomfortable territory there now, because I
don't think they're watching. Don't worry about it.
No, I mean I'm just terrible about that. Like, oh crap! I've got.
They should be watching because The Undertaking is on.
That's right.
My throat was kind of getting sore from doing that so much over the last few weeks that it's kind of a relief.
That was quite
that tonight is the night.
yeah, get this over with, man. Jeez.
Well, I'm going to keep doing it. Damn it! I'm going to do it every chance I get.
Well, to do it that much, that's quite an
Undertaking.
I was telling Bo on was it the last show, the show before, Bo's poster's right here from his show. I actually opened up at his release party, and his album's called Adrift, and I was saying on the show, I was like, but it's Adrift with just no exclamation point or punctuation at all, so it's just Adrift,
Yeah, it's boring, man.
It's so boring. You should have put an exclamation point on it.
could be
What's wrong with you?
adrift.
Yeah.
Question mark? Question mark would have been good.
So our buddy Madeline over at Hardcore Hotline said, why do you have an exclamation point? And I said, it's because we're excited to say our name. And she said, what happens when somebody's not excited to say your name?
That's not possible.
Most people on show flyers forget to say put the exclamation point. So that's like
horrible.
one of our number one edits is whenever we get artwork or anything back, we always have to be like, hey, that's great, but can you put the exclamation point on it, please?
Yeah, like, and since you messed up, it's free now.
Yeah, I wish.
That exclamation point will cost you $13.
Yes,
Exactly. One last edit.
I need to get some merch from you guys. Do you have a merch site that you could?
Yeah, if you go to, well, there's 2 ways. If you go to the undertakingrocks.com, that's our website with our music videos, and there's a link to our web store. But if you just go to the undertaking.bigcartel.com, we got some pretty cool stuff that we're happy with.
I put stickers up. Get my
Oh yeah, dude, order a shirt and I'll send you a bunch of stickers. I mean, that's
awesome.
we love
Want
stickers.
one, Bo?
Oh yes, absolutely.
Bo wants one.
Yeah.
We're getting a sticker from who?
The Undertaking. It's better when we do it together. It's way louder. We should. Well, if your other bandmates join us, we'll do it collectively at the end of the show, like all of us at the same time.
Yeah,
My guys are just one sitting behind a drum kit over here, and Johnny's he was playing his guitar to negative.
Paint over to him. Let's see what's going on here. Introduce everybody if you can. I
There you
know
go.
some of them aren't there, but
that is a
wow, that's a nice.
What a practice.
Is that a theater?
space.
What is that?
It's a venue, so we're practicing. But there's Brent behind the drums, and then Johnny
Brent.
over there.
Hi,
Johnny's being shy, so he's not coming over.
The shy people are the best to have on the show. I get them talking quickly. Now,
I have a seat ready for him right here. He didn't want to.
What?
Yeah, so we're super fortunate. This is where we practice. So that's how we can set up our whole lights and everything, and then that's kind of how we practice moving
have
around.
An audience come in and watch you practice. It looks like
We've done that a couple times, but we don't have enough friends to do that. So
I'll be your friend.
Yeah, come on over.
If I lived there, I'd come see you.
I would
come
I
hang
would
out.
I would hang out just so I can just say the Undertaking all the time.
I'd hang up there on the upper level so that I didn't get spun into.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I mean, that's part of the show,
That-
though.
I know, I love
part of the
it.
experience.
I know. That's why I keep bringing it up. It's
We got to
behold.
get you guys over to the East Coast somehow. I
Yeah,
know-
we're trying to line up some stuff, getting out to the Midwest in
I will come to the
April.
Midwest. I will go.
Yeah, so,
We'll get
so
there.
if like we got out to like Cincinnati or
That's
Detroit.
close by, yeah, that's close.
Okay, how far away is Cincinnati from you?
I'm gonna say,
2,000 miles, turn left.
it's about 5-6 hours, maybe. It's not bad. That's not bad. I drive 10.5 hours to South Carolina every once in a while.
Okay.
By myself, but I do it in 2 days. So like, yeah, 5 hours isn't a long trip, really. Over to
It's
Cincinnati.
not bad.
Yeah, so we're trying to line some stuff up. We got some feelers out, and we're setting up a route right now to see if we can get out there. So
If you want to come through our state, I know a few venues that might listen to me.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
and, there is Music on Main.
Oh yeah,
right
that's
down
a
the
good
road
one.
from me. It's still kind of a new venue. It's not a new
But
venue anymore,
He
but it is.
caters to like this. He's part of this
Yes,
culture,
he-
man.
He who?
Whoever it is that hires the bands at that place,
Jackie.
because it's all like
Jackie,
the bands that you talk to.
Jackie is
that
he's
level.
the owner of Music on Main. He is a Full Sail graduate, so he knows what he's doing. It's a
original.
Yeah, it's a studio / stage, and it's
Oh.
kind of small, but my God, it sounds great. He's got the lights and everything. Well, on September 17th, September 15th is my birthday, and since I live in a neighborhood where there's older people, I don't want to say old people, older people. I didn't think it would be feasible to have about 3 rock bands on my back porch. So, but I still want to try.
The weather's iffy that time of year too.
Yeah. So I figured I'd hit up Jackie and be like, can we do a show? You know, I'll get the bands, whatever. So Bo's going to open that show on the
Oh,
Sunday.
sick.
And
That'll be fun.
Haven State from Pittsburgh is going to play.
I'm super excited. I'm like,
And Amplifiers, they're going to be on also. They're going to headline. And they do a light show. It's crazy. It's
yeah.
probably one of the best live shows I've seen. You know,
and the lights are in perfect sync with the music.
yeah, it's DIY. So you go to a concert,
Yeah.
of course it's synced up because somebody's running a light board, you know. But no, these guys when they practice for a show, they sync up the lights to their set, so like they have
Yeah.
to stay in time. They can't talk on the mic, you know, forever. You know, they have to just keep going. And it is badass. So like it doesn't feel rushed or anything, you know, from an audience perspective.
We DIY'd a really cool light show that's all directed. It's all based on samples and stuff. So Johnny is a wizard, and we did it for free. It's just a program
awesome.
that plays samples and triggers the lights and stuff. And it's a little bit of a pain in the butt to set up and tear down because usually we got to get off the stage pretty quickly, but it's worth it.
Yeah, that would be nuts. I mean, they got the fog going, you know, the fog machine's even on the timer, and it's just
Yeah.
crazy. But
That's
yeah,
cool.
they'll be headlining, and I talked to lead singer Cy at their last show, and he said, "Now does the owner know what he's getting himself into?" And I was like, "No, but it'll be fine.
Doesn't matter.
It'll be fine. He'll play along."
You're a
Yeah.
trustworthy young lad.
Am I?
Yes,
Well, that's good.
seem to be.
The Undertaking. Sorry, I was getting excited there. I feel like
I think it'd be so fun to
it's,
play
like,
in
it's
a.
almost like Tourette's. The Undertaking.
Yeah,
It's out of
exactly.
nowhere all the time. I'm gonna go to the dentist. or something.
Undertaking!
The dentist or the psychologist. No, I probably shouldn't do it there, but
Either one.
yeah, getting a filling or something. Anything. Hey, this song has kind of a longer title, but which makes it even more intriguing. The problem.
There's song titles. You guys' song titles
Yes.
are awesome.
Yes.
I love those.
The problem with being included in the apocalypse is that there's no is at the end, but
Yeah.
or an exclamation point. But what's why a longer title? In what's it about?
There's rarely a specific connection between our titles and the song like theme. I try to kind of piece together some narrative, but usually that's just like, oh, this is kind of a fun play on this concept or whatever. And Apocalypse specifically is about having kids, and as soon as you have kids, you're creating these creatures that will eventually look at everything you did as a parent and criticize and look at what you did wrong And even the things that I'm trying to do as a father, like they're going to look back and be like, man, you screwed us up because you did this. And it's just, I learned that when I had kids that I did that to my parents. And so it's this kind of endless cycle of, you know, creating the next generation just to go back and look at what the previous generation did wrong. And there's some like beautiful irony in that. And so like, you know, the idea that I set you down a path beyond your control, and some of the lyrics behind that kind of says, you know, hey, I'm introducing you into this apocalypse. And, you know, as a parent, I got an 8-year-old, a 6-year-old, and a almost 2-year-old. And just the idea that I've brought them into this world that's falling apart. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I've brought you into the apocalypse. Like
I've done that a million times, man.
I was gonna say I can't relate with this because I don't have children. I have a cat, but
I raised my 2 daughters, and yes, but they're on their own now, so whatever.
Yeah.
And you deal with the future every day in the school year.
Yeah,
Middle schoolers, which is I don't know how you do that, but
yeah,
it's not bad. It's my nervous. I'm good with it.
yeah, it's fine. Everything's fine.
What kind of what do you have coming up on the not I mean just make this brief, but like what like song wise what are you gonna work on that's the hardest real quick?
The band kids.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I haven't.
Fight a Bumblebee. You got that?
No. Yeah. No. I have an assortment of like festival pieces
You know what
for
you
the
should
springtime.
You should write. You can write music, right? For all the parts. What do they call it? Theory or something? Something like that.
Composition.
Yeah, composition, whatever. You should do like The Undertaking.
Yeah, get them to try to do a classical representation of one of our songs or something.
Yes.
I would love it.
I vote for
There's
that.
some of them that would eat it up.
And then when they come through on their tour, they can perform it for them, and you can direct.
Well, honestly, that's one of the harder things that we've found is like reaching that younger generation. So what age group do you teach? Like high school or
Middle school.
I do 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, but
okay.
I work with the high school some too.
Even just that younger crew, let's say like 12 to 16, like we don't know if they're listening to punk music. And it's like, you know, some of these kids now are starting because of Stranger Things, they're starting to get into Metallica, but trying to kind of reach that group of kids that when I was in high school, I was going to see these shows, going to punk rock. And that was like the cool thing. But with TikTok, with hip hop culture, and no knock on anything, because just mad respect to anybody.
Hip-hop sucks.
Music.
Trust me, it sucks.
No.
I'll say it
But just trying to figure out how to reach that younger crowd. And then San Diego, one of our problems is our scene has like no all ages venues. So we're always playing bars. And it's one of the harder things because you're trying to get these younger kids to kind of buy into this culture and get introduced to music, and you can't invite them to shows because they can't show up. So anyways,
it's kind of hard to believe that there's no all ages things.
Yeah, we got one called Soma, but most of the other ones are just dive bars and stuff.
Wow. Well, you'll definitely have to come. We got Music on Main's all ages.
Okay.
And you know, he doesn't serve any alcohol.
I'll have
there,
to watch
so.
my mouth a little bit then.
No, you don't.
Okay.
No, you're good. Unless their parents are there.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's what every community needs. You need a place where the kids can go.
Yep.
Where they can go and just let it out and just dance or whatever they do. I don't know. I was never that kid. I did rollerblading.
In my hometown, it always turned real fighty, like the teenager angst.
Oh yeah. I mean, they got to let out the, you know. Well, what you teach is that's the awkward stage of growing up, and they need to they need a place where they can just let that out, you know.
Yeah,
and a good punk rock show would be the shit.
Oh my
especially
gosh.
with The Undertaking. My throat's getting sore. You might have to take over. Let's take a listen to the problem with being included
in the apocalypse.
By
The Undertaking
or The Undertaking. Okay, here we go. Okay, what I forgot to that's phenomenal. What I forgot to ask after that last song was, okay, when you guys got together to for the very first time, however it happened, was everybody playing instruments and somebody said, well, we need somebody to sing, and then you were like, I'll do it, and then just rah, because like that's kind of what you're muted, Austin. You're good.
Well, the funny thing about it is, you being a music teacher, Bo, I played tenor saxophone in junior high and high school. So, music teacher and school programs and stuff is always a big part of my story in music. And then I learned how to play the guitar and bass guitar, played bass in bands and all that kind of stuff. I sang. I don't think I'm a good singer at all. And that's part of the chip on my shoulder, I suppose. So I'm always kind of just going to keep pushing myself. But we were in a kind of pseudo rock and roll band, and I was singing and playing bass at the same time. And we were in the studio, and all of a sudden we kind of tried to do this.
By the way,
what's that?
Playing bass and singing at the same time is not as easy as what people think it is.
Well, so I was bad at both of them. So eventually I kind of had to give up the bass just so I could, sing normal. But we were trying to like hit some harmonies and stuff. And all of a sudden I like accidentally let out a yell. And I remember Keith, the other guitarist in our band, and then Brent, they were in this band, and we all were like, oh, I didn't know I could do that. And it was just one of those things where then you kind of try to craft a specific tone and have an approach that's not trying to rip off somebody else. Cause that's like my biggest fear, is that I'm going to try to replicate somebody else's just whole vibe, whether
I've never
it's
heard anything like it before.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Like,
yeah.
That's what grabbed me. I was like, I've got to get, even if I don't get this band on, I'm going to keep listening to it because it's awesome.
Yeah. Very
Well, yeah, thank you. And so just kind of pushing through. And I mean, part of the craft behind what we're trying to do is there's, a lot of songwriting theory. There's a lot of stuff kind of masked in a package of chaos and noise and, really aggressive music. But even like my yells, there's always going to be like a through line of a melody, but then I'm going to push through that melody and kind of harness a yell into that. And so like, if we wanted to joke around and pull all of our songs back into be like a jazz band and stuff, like we could transform our music into just a normal song that somebody could listen to. But obviously we're not going to do that because that would take away the allure and aesthetic of the band.
Take away the exclamation points.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean? That's what.
But yeah, I mean, it kind of happened on accident. And then when we kind of reformed this band, so we've been a band for only like 3 years. In part, most of our existence has been during a pandemic, which has sucked. But I'm a terrible guitarist. I'm a terrible bassist. So I mean, it's basically the only thing I can do is just yell into a microphone and jump around. So
well, it creates so much energy. Like I said, even if I'm tired, it's just like, oh yeah, it's time for the Undertaking.
Yeah, you wouldn't drive home falling asleep after that show if you're over in.
Well, just for being tired from jumping around is the only thing. I mean,
yeah,
but your adrenaline would keep you up. You could drive hours home.
Now, since you said there's not a lot of all ages venues, but the places that you do play, are there a lot of bands that are in the same genre that you can play with that will make a good like punk show?
Yeah, we got a couple cool bands in our town. There's a band that we've been playing with called Doc Hammer and stuff, and those guys they're rad. The San Diego scene is a tough one to hit, though. I mean, I don't know. It's the reason why we lost a football team and stuff. Like when there's a lot of stuff to do, there's always a bunch of shows going around. I don't want to be whining about it, but I mean, it's a hard market to crack because you play some shows and there's other ones going on as well. So you're lucky to get 20, 30 people or something.
Are there like big music festivals or anything going?
No, we don't have any big music festivals for punk rock in San Diego. We used to get, street scene, but that's gone by the wayside, obviously.
Is it still attached to skateboarding? Like I think MTV did that for everybody. MTV did a lot of shit for everybody that was shit. But with the whole ridiculousness and those shows, Bam Margera and all that stuff, I don't think personally that punk music is connected to skating, or is it that way out there?
I think so. I think Tony Hawk Pro Skater and that soundtrack, man, did like wonders for the punk scene and stuff. But we come from a scene where Blink 182 came out of San Diego, and then As I Lay Dying came out of San Diego. Pierce the Veil. There's some massive bands. Switchfoot. Like there's a ton of bands. POD. There's a ton of bands that came out of here. that like transcended the music industry and stuff. But we're actively and we will play San Diego all day long because we love our city and love our people. But we're always trying to get out of town just to kind of reach other markets and stuff. Because one of the worst things that we could do as a band is just overplay our city. But then the hardest part about that, like I said earlier, is we're in San Diego. So I mean, even just getting to LA is like a 3-hour trek north.
Yeah.
And then it's
Through
5 hours
traffic and all kinds of crap.
Yeah, it's 5 hours to Phoenix, and so we're kind of tucked away in the corner over here. But I mean, it's
How about Mexico? I don't know if that, I don't know how border crossings. You know, I don't know about that, but like, how is that real? I mean, is that possible to do?
It's 100% possible. Where we are in San Diego, we're about a half hour away from Mexico, Tijuana specifically, and we could go down there. We actually haven't yet. We know some bands that go down there. I think it got harder, obviously, during COVID because it was, harder to get through and stuff. But that would be super sick too. I mean, be an international band and play.
Now, would you start singing in Spanish if you went to Tijuana?
No, I can barely do my stuff in English. I can't translate that to Spanish.
I've been in talks with a band from France, and that would be the first band in France that I've had on. I've been all over the place. I've done China. Of course, the lead singer in that band was from Morgantown, which is right up the road from here. So that made it a lot easier. For there's no way I could speak Chinese or even read Chinese. But China, Germany, Sweden, Finland, and the UK is easy. They just drive on the wrong side of the road. Brazil, yeah, Brazil. That was kind of a tough one. They were kind of. But and that was a techno duo. That was early on.
I watched that one. I liked it.
Back on my Facebook days, before Zuckerberg kicked me from there. But
we would love to get over to Europe, man. That would be like bucket list for us. We got, we've done the West Coast a couple times. We're doing Midwest. We've done Texas. We want to get out to the East Coast, but then like the biggest bucket list on our agenda, man, freaking get to Europe. It would be so sick to do Germany and England. I mean,
England has a huge scene. Like,
yeah.
I've had 4 bands on from England. Yeah, I've been talking to another one called Deadbird. But yeah, they have a great scene over there, and it's and they do a lot of shows, a lot of touring. Because I don't know if you ever looked at. I always talk about Google Earth when I'm on here, but Google Earth is fascinating. I don't know if you ever messed with it, but
a little bit.
London is huge. Just London. I mean, you don't even have time to make it to like Manchester, like on Google Earth. Like there's just so much to look at in London.
We're up to Liverpool.
Can you imagine how diverse the music scene is there? It's got to be nuts. I mean, like I don't have that much of diverse.
I was going to say about the skateboarders you were talking earlier. In my day, it was punk and ska.
Back in my day.
And ska.
Yeah,
Skaters
ska.
were all
Yeah,
about
like Boss Tones and stuff. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
The mighty Boss Tones.
Even maybe before then.
Remember them?
I'm talking like the 80s. Aren't they like the 90s?
Aren't they, Austin? Are they the Boss Tones? Aren't they the like late 90s or something?
I honestly,
that's the
don't
impression
know.
that I get.
Yeah.
I thought they were.
that was horrible. That was a horrible joke thing. Real quick, while we have kind of a second here, coming up on this Saturday, I have a young man. Is he? Should I even say young man? He's over 18. I have a gentleman on the show named Trevor Cook, and he'll be joining us via Zoom from Morgantown. He does all kinds of stuff. He's a hip hop artist. He is a pop artist. He's an alternative pop artist. I don't know what the difference is there. I'll ask him. But he makes all of his own beats. He produces and he mixes it. And it sounds phenomenal. It's up on Apple Music. You can find it on there. He just put a new single out called Doing Well. Hopefully I'm saying that right. But Trevor Cook. Cook with an E. So it's like cookie.
Trevor Cook.
Yeah. Trevor
That's
Cook.
cool.
Yeah. So I'm excited to have him on. I kind of found him through just searching Instagram.
Now, will you call him Trevor Cook or will you keep the Trevor Cook?
I'm gonna call him TC. Yeah, TC. I gotta be cool, But no, he's played music on Maine. That's how I found him. I was looking through music on Maine's, repertoire, and I just kind of found him on Instagram. Now I listened to it. I was like, this is good. This is good. And Aristotle Jones has been on my show a couple times, and he's got he does a radio show.
Played a show with him last week.
Yeah, he does a radio show up in Morgantown, and he played some of Trevor's stuff, and on the radio. So that's cool. Oh, speaking of radio, I because I forgot to do this last show. My buddy Christian Tanzi does a radio show every Tuesday night at 10 o'clock on WTSQ in Charleston, West Virginia.
WTSQ.
Yeah, not WNBC. WTSQ. Yeah. The Status Quo is the WTSQ, the Status Quo, down in Charleston, West Virginia. He has a show, and it was all is it Barry Evans or Bill Evans? Bill Evans. The entire show he played Bill Evans. It's a 2-hour show. 10 to,
I wish I had caught that.
10 to midnight, and he gave me a shout out last week. So I listened to
He
his show.
plays every week. He plays Bill Evans or every.
No. Just I don't think so.
Oh, I'm
No.
sorry, I missed that,
Yeah.
man. His impressionistic jazz styling.
It was it was awesome. It was cool, and you know he'll stop in between some songs and you know and talk. He had John Ingram with him that night in studio and just kind of talk. But he gave me a shout out, and I thought that was really cool. I put it up on Instagram, so you can check it out on there. The shout out he gave me. So I'm going to give him a shout out, and thanks for giving me a shout out.
I'll shout out all
yo.
you guys. Shout out to you guys.
Shout out to Austin, yo.
Shout out to San Diego.
That's way over the top. The Undertaking. Okay.
Give everybody shout outs. Everybody deserves a shout out.
Hey, forget what city you're in. Hey, everybody, San Fran Diego.
Yeah.
Like when you're talking to
the whale's
audience.
vagina.
I don't know what that means.
That's from Anchorman.
Yeah.
Whale's vagina.
Okay.
It's a joke from 2004.
I don't remember that part of the movie.
Yeah, so that's all I have coming up is Trevor Cook on Saturday, and then you know down in September down at Music on Main with you guys.
I've got August 27th Fuzz Fest in Morgantown.
Oh, that's right, Fuzz Fest. I need to get my ticket.
Aristotle Jones is on that one too.
They do. Do they shut the whole like?
I think they must. There's a bunch of venues because there's a bunch of music and comedians.
And they're all West Virginian artists, right?
I think, yeah, and I think there's like midgets wrestling in mud or something like
Well,
that.
that's why I'm buying my ticket.
All kinds of crazy stuff.
Is the Undertaking gonna be there?
I don't know.
Send us an invite. We'll come hang out.
That's quite a distance.
They're not from West Virginia, so I don't think.
Yeah,
I think
we could
don't
be.
have to be right exactly from West Virginia, but
Yeah, because there's some Pennsylvanians.
But I mean, to come that far, I mean, that would be quite an undertaking for Undertaking.
Jesus Christ! What? Wow. Are you sick of us yet, Austin?
Oh no, this is great.
Man,
So,
I could relate with a lot of your lyrics, man.
Can you?
Oh, thank you.
Which ones?
He was talking about
Specifically, which ones?
the one we just listened to.
Yeah.
Shred it.
Now I have the lyrics. So when we're listening to it, the lyrics come up on the thing. Do any of your bandmates want to say hello? Come on. I'm gonna talk them into it. Come on, guys.
You guys want to come say hi?
Come on. Nobody knows you on the East Coast. Come on. They need to know you.
Say hi.
See,
Come on.
He's a young guy. I'm an old guy. I should be able to relate.
With what?
Like the same kind of thoughts.
All right, so Johnny's coming over. Brett's coming over.
Hey.
Johnny's got his guitar.
Ooh, guitars. We like guitars. What's up, guys?
Howdy.
How you doing? Don't be bashful.
How you guys doing? I'll get up real nice and close.
I'm
Hey,
Scott.
all right.
This is Bo.
Hey, man.
Hey guys.
Man, how you doing? Thanks for joining us. Yeah, some people are bashful to be on a show, especially a video show. You know, it's but that's cool. Thanks for coming over and saying hello.
Oh yeah.
Who are we missing? Who are we missing in the band?
Our other guitarist is actually in Seattle right now, so he took a trip up there. But yeah, he's in spirit.
There he is. There he is. You see him?
Yeah, we'll digitally impose him later.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, one of the coolest things that we have going for us, I mean, specifically throughout the pandemic, where we were all 15, 20 minutes away from each other and kind of already in our own bubble. So we were able to play and record. We were able to do quite a bit of stuff throughout the pandemic. But I mean, one of the harder things for us in general was that we couldn't play shows. So we're trying to make up some time right now, but it's kind of hard for we're a smaller band and we're always trying to get on tours.
I'm gonna do the best I can to make you huge, at least in my area here.
Let's go. Yeah, I'll be happy to pop off in West Virginia.
I don't have a big East Coast pull yet. It's coming. Everybody's gonna hear about it. I'm gonna call the radio stations. I'm just gonna call them. I'm just gonna call the radio stations when they answer the phone and say the Undertaking, and then just hang up.
Yeah.
They'll get it after a while. They'll understand. Hey, let's ask your bandmates what No Friends is about. Since Since they just joined us. If you want to talk, if you don't want to,
Hey,
if
look,
you guys.
behind his back, they were making faces and stuff.
Where?
That's what
Yeah,
it means.
here.
He has no friends.
I'll
He's
get
got
another drink.
friends.
I couldn't tell you what it's about.
I don't listen. I just learned the riffs. I don't know what the.
Is
I
that a
don't know
Dark
what
Knight
the lyrics
shirt?
are
It is
about.
a Dark Knight shirt.
Yeah, about 2 minutes or so, I'd say, probably.
I'm wearing a dark Link shirt.
Okay, Dark Link. Nice. What is Dark Link? What is
Dark
that?
Link is a enemy in the Legend of Zelda.
Oh, I used to play that on remember the gold cartridge that came with the first Nintendo? I had that.
Yeah. So the second one, Legend of Zelda 2, the final boss is you fight yourself. It's like a dark version of yourself. But there's this guy named Dracula Bite, and he makes like metal T-shirts out of
That's awesome.
like video game characters.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I really do. It's,
Super nerdy.
No, it's badass. It's the Undertaking. Oh, it's cool. What's on your shirt, Austin? I've been wondering. This whole time.
Big Trouble in Little China. A company
Oh.
called
You have green eyes. You have
yeah,
green eyes?
a company called Rucking Fountain. Rad dude that makes kind of knockoff shirts like that, but some cool stuff. So yeah, big Trouble in Little China.
That's awesome.
That's one of the greatest movies ever made.
Yeah.
I was trying to in my head thinking, okay, is that like Alien or
Yeah.
All you see is the green. You know.
Yeah.
You are David Lopan.
What's on your shirt?
My shirt
Oh,
has
it's
one of
Mondays.
these places.
I was gonna wear my Appalachian Hurricane shirt, but I'll talk to you about that after show. Ooh, look at the back.
Oh, what are we doing?
It's what are we doing? You need to turn some more there, big bozo.
We got 2 beer cans.
Oh heck yeah!
Yeah, that's a place you played recently, and you do pretty often, right? Mondays up in the morning,
I play there maybe once a month.
once a month.
They have good beer there.
Coors Light.
The food is incredible, but they have every kind of. No, they have good beer.
They have
craft
wings.
Beer.
They have wings there.
Oh yeah, they're excellent. But what is really good about that place is the music.
Only
Because you're
only
playing
once a
there,
month.
yeah.
Only once a month, though, right?
No, it's all time. They always have good music.
They have you on the jukebox. Do they have a jukebox?
No, I go there and I am the jukebox.
Oh, that's what they pay you for. Do they pay you?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
In
Got
wing
free
beer.
tea. No.
Or do you have to put a tip jar out that says, "Let me see your tips"?
Just the tip.
Yep.
You didn't tell me I
They-
could put out a tip jar at your show. I would have done that. I saw.
I didn't think about that.
Stefan did it.
Well, they usually
He
give
was
me
collecting
tips
20s,
like,
all
here's
kinds
your
of shit.
tip, don't run naked through a briar patch.
Who's the drummer?
I've literally gotten that in a tip jar down where I live.
What tip jar?
In my tip jar was
What?
what I just said.
I didn't hear you. I wasn't listening. Even
Here's
though
your
it's in my
tip.
ears.
Oh, here's your tip.
I'll run to the
No, don't
briar.
run naked through a briar patch.
Right.
It's not a bad tip though.
Yeah. It's good
That
life
is true,
advice.
But
Yeah, Brent right in the middle is the drummer, and then Johnny is guitar, and then our other guitarist is like I said in Seattle.
Well, tell Seattle guitarist that only he can be on the show the next time I have you guys on.
That's
Yeah.
fine. He'd love it.
Yeah.
You guys sit over there and
Yeah.
wait. Wait. Hey, I want to play No Friends before we lose time. I hate when it gets to. I love having this much conversation, but I hate when it gets down to the end and I have to.
Yeah.
I could talk for 4 more hours to the Undertaking. So No Friends. Anything you want to say about No Friends? Probably play.
No Friends is kind of a lot of my lyrics are going to be a little bit tongue in cheek because they're going to be like, pretty heavy handed in the sense that, in this situation, I'm talking about like a bad friend who, maybe did something that hurt my feelings or whatever. But then as I'm like thinking through the situation, I realize that I'm like just as bad of a friend. And mostly it's probably my fault because of how I treat people and
you're hard on yourself, young man.
yeah.
Hey, hard on.
I said he's hard on himself.
Yeah.
Don't be so
That's
hard on yourself.
it's my therapy.
It's
so.
him singing into the mirror and telling himself what he said.
It is like therapy. You're right about that.
Like,
We also kind of hate this song because it's hard to play. So
well, we'll go get the guitar and see if you can play along with it.
yeah,
You're better at guitars than me, so.
I don't know if I can be able to keep
Yeah, you put you on the spot. All right, here's No Friends by
The Undertaking!
that wasn't very good. That's better.
My friends are scavengers, ripping at the bones.
That's just that's crazy. I love it. I love it. I love it.
That song started because Johnny tried to write like a hard, like impossible riff to play.
It was a joke.
It was a joke riff, and then he came into my office, and I was like, "That's gonna be a song."
Yeah.
And it was a mistake.
Now we have to play it live. So.
You don't play it live at all?
We we do play it live.
Oh, okay, yeah, I was gonna say when you come to Cincinnati or wherever that I come and see you, you must play it.
I don't know if you guys can tell on the video, but like I picked it up.
You were crushing it. You were crushing it.
Okay. Okay, man. Okay.
I added some stuff, you know.
It was perfect. It added a lot of.
Did you add the tongue lick?
Yeah, no, I was doing it with my teeth.
There's some tapping in there.
Yeah, I did see some tapping. What was that?
I don't want to give away my technique. I mean, it's coming out in guitar next month.
Well, hey, I definitely want to get you guys as close to the East Coast as possible.
Y'all's music is deep and has just its own sonic picture.
But if it's just Cincinnati, unique. I can scream the Undertaking from Cincinnati.
Yeah, let's go.
People here, and me and Bo will be there. We will be there. Well, and we'll take Harmon with us because Harmon, he said the Undertaking. He said it too the other night.
And then he can, like, if we act stupid, he can
drive. He can be the DD.
Take care of business for us.
Yeah, he's a big, muscular guy. He thinks he's strong.
He's got our back. We're sitting on four songs that we're trying to put out in the next couple months. So I'll send you over some stuff to listen to. So we got some new stuff that we're coming out with that we're really excited about.
I'm very excited about it. I'm probably more excited than you are.
Oh yeah, wait till you hear it, man. It's pretty dope. So
what do you guys got coming up soon for people in your area?
Yeah, so actually tonight we got to sit down and kind of figure out what our release plan is for those. We got to shoot some music videos and get some artwork. So that's kind of the business side that's not as fun, but that's something that we always look forward to because it's fun to craft kind of that vision and come up with a plan for everything. But then we're playing locally here in San Diego on September 3rd. We're playing a show at a place called Poorhouse in Oceanside with some friends. And then we're actually going on tour up and down the West Coast in November with some good friends of ours, Fall Star, Meadows, and a band called The Ongoing Concept. So those are, 3 other bands that you should check out.
Yeah,
and if you're listening to this, check those guys out. And it's going to be a big old party that we
should do I'll get those guys on, and then when you're on tour, check in when I have a show.
Yeah.
And just let us know how it's going, and
Yeah.
So that'd be awesome.
I've always wanted to do that, but it seems like when bands go out, they got other things going on, so I don't want to bug them.
No, we're bored when we're on the road, man. We're always looking for something.
It's the Undertaking, so they must do it. They have to do it because I have to scream like this.
We always wonder, like, what our people like. I always wonder what the bands I love. I'm like, oh, man, I wonder what they're up to, like, during tour season and festival season and stuff.
Yeah, what are they up to? What do you think? What do you think they're up to?
Driving, lots of driving.
A lot of this caved in by like amps and stuff as you're in the back of a car going. Take that turn a little slower.
Do you guys have roadies that help you carry things, or is it all just you guys?
It's us, and then we bring a photographer / merch guy around with us, Eric.
He doesn't carry anything, does he?
Yeah, no, he's the best. Yeah. But that's the problem, man. We keep getting bigger amps and stuff, and it's like, hey, you got to load that in, man.
what kind of stuff you guys playing through these days?
Ooh, that's a good.
I'm playing through an orange rock reverb, and then our other guitarist Keith plays through a Marshall. I think it's a JCM 800.
Mm-hmm. A classic.
We both got big stacks that we blasted through. So,
and what are you drumming through?
Drums.
Yeah, I have a drum kit made by this local company called Vessel. Look, he lives like 30 minutes from where we are now. He's the coolest dude and makes awesome drums.
Like a custom set, then.
Yeah.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
There's the guy that was in that Flowers from Spies that I was telling Austin about earlier. I started following somebody that he follows, some guy that out that way that makes snare drums.
Oh.
And they're very expensive, but they look phenomenal and they probably sound phenomenal. But I have to look that up and see. I can't remember.
Here, I'm gonna mute the video so I don't make everybody sick. But here, I'll check this out. We'll give you a little tour.
Here we go. Oh, mute the video or we can't see anything.
I know. No, here.
Oh.
So here's his drum kit.
Oh, I love that color. Is that like a matte color?
Champagne Sparkle? No.
Champagne Supernova?
So yeah, it's it's a cool set.
Yeah. Oh, I like this. I like the color of that snare. What symbols are those? Are those K customs?
Is that snare head busted?
No.
K custom.
Oh,
Mostly Zildjian Ks, some As.
Those are great. Great symbols.
Yeah.
Great symbols. I have Zildjian ZXT titaniums
Nice.
symbols. They're very I don't like the ride as much because the ride's very ringy. It's very ringy.
Yeah.
I did the cheap thing and I stuck a paper towel underneath of it and really
Gotta do it sometimes.
sit down.
what's Johnny got right there?
Johnny. What?
This is my LTD Phoenix.
Oh,
Man, that is
that's
killer looking.
yeah.
It's got one knob is all you need. I just gotta have the volume up. One pickup.
That's a guitar that is made to cut through the BS and just.
Yeah. I needed to do one thing and it does it very well. So
Keith plays Ernie Ball, Music Man Stingray.
yeah.
What do you sing through, Austin? What do you sing through?
Sure. I don't even know what it's.
From Radio Shack, but it's like puzzled.
Yeah.
The wires hanging out.
Yeah, my mic gets so beat up. I mean, that's the.
Do you guys wear the in-ear monitors?
No, we wear earplugs.
Yeah. Exactly. It's because Austin's the Undertaking.
Yeah.
That's part of that. That's actually been one of the dilemmas with our live set is we want it to be organic and feel very visceral and raw, but then at the same time, Brent, we're running tracks for like the lights and the samples. So Brent has a click, but nobody else has a click in their ear. So we're all really tuned into what Brent's doing. So there's like a little bit of that feel where we can kind of do our own thing, but then we're also still dialed into a specific,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with all that noise, I mean, it would be confusing on the tempo. Like people dragging and people speeding up. Hype.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't imagine.
I can't rate song. I could not keep up with it. I'd be
when you loop though, that's pretty much. But
yeah,
I did notice
like
though
8
at your
bars.
show,
Like,
your loop was kind of messed up on that one song.
Was it off lopsided?
I can't. I don't know what. But you had a student in one of the front rows, and he was. He knew what happened too because it was just it was something was late every time.
It's this kid can man he learned all the.
You couldn't fix it though because it's on a loop. Everything was on the loop. You had everything going.
I think it was the one that got a little bit of the piano part. And
something was late to come into the measure and like only musicians could tell.
Yeah.
Like I got it, and then that one of your students in the front got it.
No, that was math rock.
Oh, it was math rock.
There you go.
That makes sense. I'm glad you explained that. I forgot to ask you all about it. Hey guys, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a phenomenal show.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for having us.
No, I mean, I really appreciate you reaching out. I mean, just the fact that you found us organically and you reached out and asked us to come on the show. I mean, I know you said like, even if they don't want to do it, but I mean, we're always going to hop on because I mean, worst thing we're going to do is just chat about music and kind of creating this thing that we're working on and very proud of. So we appreciate it.
Yeah. I love having bands that aren't around here because it gives me a taste of what's going on elsewhere. I don't know if other bands do that. I'm sure they do. Just see what's what, in their genre, what's happening in Europe or what's happening on the East Coast, what's happening on the West Coast, what's happening. That I'm sure they would have to.
Where are the cool places to play?
Well, not necessarily that. I mean, there's.
I always like to watch bands, see what places they play.
Yeah.
Good
Just
guys,
to see if
good
they're
guys.
You're studying the industry, man. That's what for us, we're students of the industry. We're always picking up what other people, what routes are going where and what venues are playing our stuff. And so you're always trying to pay attention to that.
I have coasters for you guys. I need to do a reorder here, so it might be a couple weeks, but
heck yeah.
I know you guys are thirsty out there, so
we definitely are.
The old ones. I don't make those anymore. That's the old logo, but I have these new ones here that looks exactly the same as this here.
Oh, that's awesome.
Awesome.
And I also have stickers for your amps or whatever you were.
Oh, heck yeah.
Cool.
We'll send you guys some stuff.
Slap them on a guardrail out there in San Diego or something.
For
They'll
sure.
know. They'll know.
I've got one on my speaker in the house.
Do you?
Yeah.
You probably have like 14 of them, don't you?
No, but they're 14 different groups and venues and stuff.
Yeah. And then I will get a hold of you guys and I'll get a shirt and stuff and I will slap the sticker right there. Someone.
Heck yeah. Let's do it.
Awesome.
Probably over here on this one because I had to start a new one. I'm overwhelmed with I need to get new drum heads
So this
too.
over
obviously.
here, you would say, is a new Undertaking.
Yeah. I'm gonna. Yeah. If you do have a sticker, blow it up real big so where it just takes up the entire that entire thing Because
I'll do one better. I'll send you a wall flag. Just take over it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will fly it. I will fly
Yes.
it. Yeah. I got your pride flag right here. But yeah, thank you guys so much. I'll hit you up on Instagram here, and we'll swap things, and hook me up with the bands you're going on tour with and stuff. Let's get them on the show too.
Yep.
Maybe you guys co-host with me.
Yeah, I'll do that. That'd be super
We'll
fun.
give Bo a break, or maybe I'll take a break and Bo can be the
If
host.
you're hanging out with them while they're on tour, I want to hang out.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
You guys are all younger than me. You need a chaperone.
The Undertaking.
Yeah, come out to the West Coast. You can drive around with us. We'll hang
Oh
out.
hell yeah! I want to. I don't want to surf because I don't know why, but I don't know.
No, I don't do that.
If you guys don't do it, I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah.
The song I have for the outro tonight is a band called King of Nothing. They're from Morgantown. They're a really good band. I've seen them a couple times, and they play quite a bit. They have a new single out called Crimson Web. Crimson Web.
Crimson Web.
Web.
I went to high school with him.
Hey guys, thanks so much. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.
All right.
And I'll see everybody else
Thanks.
on Saturday at 8 p.m. with Trevor Cook. Do you want to change the marquee tonight?
Sure.
All right. Trevor Cook on Saturday. We'll see you.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Guys.
See you guys.
Decisions, let's take. I'm on a single paradox of nothing.